Only real Minecraft players know about this secret way of spying on your friends, so if you want to consider yourself one of us, watch this video where we go through 25 amazing things every player should know. And stay tuned until the end of the video to find out what a nitwit is. And if you are one. Berry bushes are quite possibly the most annoying thing in Minecraft, period. If you have been walking through the taiga forests of Minecraft, then you know how prickly these bushes can be. But did you know this one secret about them? This might make you change your mind, because berry bushes can actually save your life if you fall on them. This cute little baby fox will die a horrible death, and you are to blame. These are probably the prettiest animals in Minecraft. If you're lucky enough, you will be able to catch one on a leash and take it home with you. And then you start swimming across the lake like so many times before with many other animals. However, you turn around after the swim to look how your new baby fox did, and she's nowhere to be seen. As you probably guessed by now, baby foxes can't swim, so now you have to live with what you've done. Do you know how to orient yourself in a world with a compass? And how about without one? Much harder, isn't it? Well then, how about we finally teach you something useful? You see, if Minecraft had moss on trees, we know it would point north, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. But what would you say is the easiest way to tell which way you're facing? Just take a very good look at this here pumpkin. Or this one. Or even this one here. Their stems always point northwest. If you didn't know this, then just wait until we get to fact number 22. What a mystery does a pyramid hold? We all know about the treasures beneath the pyramid itself, but have you ever wondered what is the purpose of the chamber above? What did the ancients know that we do not? Well, if you take a closer look at the dimensions of the top floor, they're exact as the full beacon pyramid. It looks like the ancients were pretty advanced. Have you ever wondered what mob will give you most XP? For clarification, we're talking about non-boss mob. It can be found in the deepest parts of the nether, lurking in the broken halls of the Black Bastion. We're talking about the piglin brood, of course. Consistently, they give you the most XP out of any other mob. Perfect defense is something we all want, especially if we expect to get showered by arrows. A shield is what you want with you. How do you block every shot every single time, you might ask? While going through another portal, hold your shield up the entire time. Once you manage to get through, a little bug will happen where the game will register you still holding the shield up. Foxes hunting is the cutest thing in the world. These furry thieves have a sweet tooth for chicken, and nothing will stop them from getting to it, not even a fence. But what these bushy-tailed animals seem to have trouble with is hunting chickens in the snow. Whenever they jump for it while in a snow biome, they kinda get stuck in the ground. Maybe they get a little bit too excited. Enchanting is one of the oldest mechanics in Minecraft, and ever since it was introduced, it always took a lot of luck to get the enchantments you want. But did you know that there is a certain enchantment that will always be available and you can count on it to appear? Try placing a bow onto the table. Every single time, the enchantment of Power 1 will be the one that first offers itself to you. We've talked before how the world border is the end of the road for you unless you are a mob, but that might not be the case anymore. If you get into a boat, you can pass through the previously thought end of the world and go where no other player has gone before. Creepers are nasty creatures, and you're about to find out just how nasty in a second. We know they blow up, can get supercharged by a lightning strike, and can even be lit like a TNT. What you probably didn't know is what happens if you throw a potion at them. Sure, if it's a potion of poison or harming, they will take that damage and die, but before that, try getting them to explode before they die. What you'll witness is absolutely mind-blowing. If affected by a potion of poison, for example, and the creeper explodes while the potion still affects him, it will scatter the poison particles on the ground. That way, any mob that walks through them gets poisoned, even you, so be careful. Hoglins have a face that only a mother could love. I mean, just look at them. Big snouts, eyes far apart, and their bodies look like me after a Christmas dinner. However, their features hold the secret that you can only spot if you look very close enough. If you get a chance before they throw you into the lava, of course. Upon closer inspection, you will see that, funnily enough, Hoglins have one nostril bigger than the other. Find yourself somebody that will be as loyal to you as this trident is to me. It's not an attribute you would put on a tool or a weapon, but this trident will never leave your side. When you throw a loyalty enchanted trident and you have a full inventory, it will continue to circle around you and follow you wherever you go until you make a spot for it in your inventory. Minecraft hoppers can get a bit confusing and complicated, but here's the main thing that you need to know. They cannot take items through a full block. You need to use either a slab, a trapdoor, or any other kind of block that isn't a full block. This means that grass paths are a viable option for collecting items using hoppers. If you ever get chased down by other players and you want to quickly hunt your items, this can be a really good way to do so. How many books are in a stronghold? This may sound like a quiz question, but knowing this can really help you out. Whenever you come across a stronghold and you start exploring it, you will always find at least one of these libraries. Apart from occasionally hiding a creeper in there, they're pretty quiet and safe with a hidden chest that you're able to find in there. Now, what do you do with all of those bookshelves? In one of these libraries there is exactly 233 bookshelves. That means it's 699 books that you can turn into valuable emeralds should you sell them to the villagers. Spit roasting animals in Minecraft is not a viable way to get food. Now let me explain. You don't have a furnace or a flint and steel with you, so you can't set the animal on fire and get cooked meat immediately. So what you decide to do is put down a campfire and put the animal over it. It's fire and it should work the same way, right? Well, sorry to disappoint you, friend, but it doesn't, so don't waste your time doing it. How do you keep sheep growing their wool without any grass? If you don't like the look of grass, you might want to move into urban areas, and urban areas are not really great for sheep because grass doesn't grow in stone. Unless you want to have naked sheep running around, here's what you need to do. Use slabs for floor in the space you want to keep your sheep in. Put some grass beneath it and you'll see that in no time, sheep will actually be able to eat grass through the slabs. Never drop your Totem of Undying around zombies. Dropping it may not look like a big deal, and as it turns out, zombies, while holding the Totem of Undying, will be able to use it. This is the best way to spy on your friends and they won't even know it. We know that by going into Spectator Mode you can actually see through different mobs' vision by clicking on them, and while it makes for some interesting experiences, it's not as cool as this. But first, let me ask you a question. Do you ever find haunted houses with paintings to be super creepy? It always feels like somebody's watching you through those paintings, right? Well, you can give your friends the heebie-jeebies by clicking on a painting while in Spectator Mode. I bet this is what ghosts do in their spare time. Can you guess what mob doesn't like rain? Bees don't really like it and tend to stay in their beehives for as long as it rains. However, this makes it the perfect time to collect beehives because you know that all the bees will definitely be in there. Farming in snowy biomes can be really difficult, but we have a way to make it possible. How many times have you tried to plant crops only to watch them die because water froze whenever it started snowing? You might want to ask villagers for an advice, but it's unlikely that they will speak up. After reading through all the books in the Stronghold library, I finally managed to get one of them to speak up by bribing him with some bread. The secret to keep water from freezing up is to put some leaves in it. You heard it right, waterlogged leaves will still be able to give you the benefits of the water while preventing it from being completely frozen. This is going to be the wildest thing you're going to see. Being able to get across bodies of water quickly is very useful in Minecraft, so much so that the Frostwalker enchantment is one of the best ways to do so. What would happen if you threw that armor stand with Frostwalker boots into water? Surprisingly enough, the Frostwalker enchantment will still activate, and the armor stand will slide its way a bit further than you might think. Even if you put Frostwalker on villagers' feet, it works as well. They look like an ice wizard. Just how far does a fishing line reach? As the fishing rod is a really useful tool for not only catching fish but also retrieving items that are far away from you, we've decided to put on our science goggles and test it out. Turns out the magic number is 33. Anvils can be super deadly if you know how to use them properly. An essential tool to keep your gear rust-free, a decorative block with multiple uses but also a deadly weapon, everybody will find a use for it. The number of blocks needed to instantly kill a player is 20. Villagers are very hardworking. If you offer them a job, they will happily take it because they know hard work is the only way to success. And even though most of them look the same, there are outliers. We are, of course, talking about Nitwits. The villagers wearing green robes will not take on a job even if their life depended on it. They are a pro at one thing and one thing only, and that is sleep. If you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you sincerely. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, let me know if you sometimes feel like a nitwit in the comments below. I know I do. Also, you might like this video where we tested 29 Minecraft myths, so go take a look.